It was a fierce contest between the NPP and the NDC during the 2020 election for the Damongo seat. The Deputy Chief of Staff at that time, Samuel Abujinapo, came head-to-head with the former Member of Parliament, Adam Mutawakilu. Having kept the seat for 12 years, the NDC wanted to continue their reign while the NPP desperately needed to snatch it from them. An election that moved from a contest of ideas to a contest of resources, Mutawakilu was faced squarely by Samuel Abujinapo. As the contest became tougher, both candidates then needed to win the hearts of the constituents.
I want to assure you, voting for Galus AJM is voting for water project and water for Damongo and its environment. Voting for Galus AJM is voting for farmers whose farm produce have not been bought for a long time at very low prices. Currently, cassava farmers do not more farm cassava in Damongo constituency. It will come and it will revamp. Voting for Galus and John Mama is to ensure that the school that has almost collapsed comes back to its shape and form. Voting for Galus and John Mama is to ensure that the young people of Damongo constituency gain employment, to ensure that our mothers have money to run their businesses. Inshallah, your future is key to us, and we ensure that you secure your future for the years to come.
The Damongo seat was one of the 3 seats the NDC lost in the Savannah region during the 2020 elections to the ruling NPP. Some constituents attribute the NDC's loss to vote buying by Samuel Abujinapo. They claim the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources used cash to win the seat.
Osman. It's not like the people hated him. Just that in this election, too much money was used against him. Damongo was like Accra. It was like they brought the whole Accra to Damongo, which he couldn't cope. But I think the party should have supported him with more resources, which didn't happen.
It is public knowledge that since the inception of this particular constituency, boxing in this recent Aboyaman Cargo constituency, no one has ever represented this particular constituency more than twice in the House of Parliament. And so if you ask me, I would say this one too has played a major role as far as the parliamentary elections, this past by parliamentary election is concerned. And so let me also add that Jinapo's campaign machinery was very aggressive. They were going door to door irrespective of your political affiliation.
Over 2 years into the NPP's reign, what are the preparations ahead of 2024? I engaged some members of the two parties to assess their relevance in the Damongo constituency. Osman is the NPP administrator for Savannah region. He believes the current NP, Samuel Abujinapo, has performed excellently since he took over the seat of Damongo.
The people of Damongo constituency, on 7th December 2020, gave the mandate to the Member of Parliament for this constituency, who is the person of lawyer Samuel Abujinapo, who is also the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, to be their MP for a 4-year period. And as we know, the political terrain of Ghana, 2024 will be going back to the polls. We are convinced that per the work the Member of Parliament has done and what he's doing, we are very much convinced that the people of Damongo constituency have absolute trust and confidence in him. And we know that, inshallah, they will renew his mandate come 2024. What we are just praying to God is that God extends our life to that day and grant us good health. The Member of Parliament is working. He's doing a lot for the people. Most of his political promises he has made to the people, he's fulfilling them. As a media man, I know you followed the campaign in the run-up to the 2020 elections. We have been saying that this person is somebody who has brought a lot of dynamism to the politics in Damongo. In the run-up to the 2020 elections, aside our national manifesto, the party manifesto, this man had his personal manifesto for the constituency. And he called that the 5 points development agenda. He touched on education, touched on women empowerment, touched on agriculture, then better representation in parliament. And another one, if I remember, I will let us know. And if you take a cursory glance at all these things, he has performed to the maximum. You can talk about education. He has sponsored a lot of children, a lot of students who are in the tertiary level. Annually, he has the support for them. You can talk about first time in our history, a member of parliament organizing extra classes for BEC candidates. It has never happened before since politics started in the Damongo constituency.
But what does the NDC think? The NDC Constituency Communications Officer for Damongo, Mumuni Yahya Kiyoyo Zambachi, said the NP has failed on his promises 3 years into office.
There were some key promises that were made by the then candidate of the New Patriotic Party, lawyer Samuel Abujinapo, following the 2020 general elections. And today, those promises have fallen flat. Why am I saying so? Indeed, water was one of the key components of his campaign promises, and that when given the mandate, Damongo will rise again by getting water flowing through all the principal streets and the principal houses and all the houses and all the enclave of the communities adjoining to the Damongo constituency. Indeed, he made this promise on sometime somewhere 29th of July 2019, and that he has not been a candidate yet, and when he's given the mandate. Indeed, the president himself came on several counts to promise this same water. As we talk, Damongo is challenged by acute water shortages. We have 2 main dams that supply Damongo water. The Damongo Agri-College Dam and one dam we call Brenyange. Indeed, these 2 dams have dried completely, and that Abujinapo could not even drill. In other words, distill these dams. And as we talk, many people ask this, where is Abujinapo? Indeed, the water cannot come. The only person that can bring back Damongo water is the National Democratic Congress, led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and any candidate that we are going to get come 2023 to 2024. As I'm talking, if you do a perusal of the constituents, everybody is lamenting that Abujinapo has failed us. And so, following the water failed promise, we are going to snatch back our seat. That has not been the case only. Indeed, when he came, he also said Damongo would have been written in gold. As we talk, Damongo is one of the dirtiest towns in the Savannah region. As a regional capital, even street light, MPP parliamentary and MP, our MP today cannot maintain the light system in Damongo. He also alluded the fact that when he's given the mandate, the youth in Damongo will get a number of jobs. As we speak, they are selling jobs. Even teaching, they sell teaching up to a tune of 14,000, and those who have bought it have been fraud because they cannot even allocate the jobs that they have promised them. As we talk, the youth are lamenting in town. You cannot get 5% of the youth that had been employed by lawyer Samuel Abujinapo. And as we talk again, he promised the good people of Bushinu, the seniors, the Freestyle High School concept. JM wanted to build a school complex in Bushinu. That is a senior high school block in Bushinu. Indeed, when these people came, Abujinapo went and gathered the good people of Bushinu that he's going to build it within a matter of a year. As we talk, he has even packed away all the sandboards and the sandposts that have been loaded to the fact that he wants to build a school. And the good people of Bushinu are questioning him, where is our school?
So I ask, who wins the seat in 2024?
That's what I said. The people of Damongo are after somebody who would develop the place for them, who will help develop the place for them. And I think if you do your rounds and find out from people, except a dyed-in-the-wool member of an NDC who will not want to agree, or who even knows the truth but will not want to say it because of the party he belongs to, will tell you that from 92 up to date, the MP that has brought dynamism, the MP that has brought a lot of changes, they themselves have been saying it, that Abu Jinapor has come to open our eyes in terms of politics. They themselves have been saying it. So you have even some of the other people saying that they have to change some people in their party because the member of parliament, the current member of parliament, has come to open the quote unquote open the eyes of the people of Damongo. So I know the people of Damongo will continue voting for somebody who will keep opening their eyes. If I have come to open your eyes, I have come to create the way for you. I have come to show you that we can add a lot of dynamism to the politics. Let's not just do it on the way we've been doing it. Let's add some kind of flair. Let's add some kind of dynamism to it. If I come to show you the way, do you take me off and bring somebody to come and continue my way in the Fourth Republic? If you come to them and want to talk about legacies, they are going to you NPP far outweighs NDC. And I know that is what we are going to. You see, some of our brothers were voting for NDC based on the fact that we have our brother taking the lead. And their mindset was that since he was a Gonja, since he's a Gonja, he was going to champion development to this place. But most of them have realized that it didn't happen.
As we talk today, if it is about count to count, if you bring NDC people and NPP people, NDC would have been winning the elections today. A number of research have been conducted that if NDC present any candidate in question, any candidate who wins the primaries, NDC is going to snatch back the seat. I think during our time, we have been able to drill up to a tune of 160 boreholes. Indeed, to serve as a stopgap to the water crisis. Aside that, when you go to Damongo constituency, any school that you see, any school in question, 6 unit classrooms, 3 unit classrooms, you can talk about Falahia, you can talk about Yagbo, you can talk about Jafo, all of them are built by the then the MP. You understand? Aside that, the cheap compounds, you go to all the communities, every community have a cheap compound. You go to GES, the rehabilitation of the GES block is there. You go to the district assembly, the rehabilitation of the district assembly, and finishing it from the China, company that has furnished it. You understand? When you go to Murugu, the 6 unit classroom primary school have been built. When you go to Solepe, the 6 unit classroom by Get Fund has been built. When you go to Kidendilimpa, a school block has been built. When you go to Bidima, a school block has been in the cheap compound. When you go to Kojope, a cheap compound has been built. When you go to number 3, every year we have the grading system of the road. We have drilled 2 dams in number 3. When you come to number 1, a cheap compound has been built. That has been finished by the then MP. When you come down to Damongo, go to Hangalai, we have a cheap compound that was built by the assembly. Then the DC, Honorable Ali. And so to count them is countless. As for legacies of NDC, we are best known that when it comes to infrastructure development. But unlike the MP today, his legacies can only be judged by Alembo and Kasapreko. Every occasion, many people get drunk. Wives, husbands, marriages have been cut off. That is his legacy. Anytime he's interested in consumables. He has no legacy as we talk. He was saying that he has not been the MP. When he come, his common fund and what we will help. Where is the common fund today?
He has given you an AstroTurf.
An AstroTurf has been built. He has not given us an AstroTurf. He has only facilitated an AstroTurf for a national development concept. It's built. The AstroTurf is constructed by the president. And it is not only Damongo that have AstroTurf. If you go to Walwali, they have one. If you go to Yendi, they have one. If you go to other constituencies, they have. Is it the one that has given them? These are legacies of the president and not the MP. The MP as an individual is even stealing projects. Let me tell you, when you go to Mipesem, there's a school block has been built by McDan. A body written on it, McDan Foundation. When you go to Nabore, a school complex has been built by the district assembly, which the MP alluded that is for him. We have the papers, we have everything. When you go to Mongnori, a school has been built by the district assembly. And so the MP as a person has no legacy. The only legacy he have is consumables. It's about alcohol, drinking, people drinking alcohol. It's about food, and it's about nothing. NDC is going to win the seat for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and NDC in Damongo seat will be counted among the majority seats in parliament in 2024, inshallah.
The Damongo constituency was created in 1996 under President Jerry John Rawlings. It is considered as the stronghold of the National Democratic Congress (NDC). Since the creation of the constituency, the NPP won the seat 2 times in 2000 and 2004, and now the 3rd time in 2020. The NDC, on the other hand, won the seat in 1996, 2008, 2012 and 2016. Since its inception, the NPP has never won presidential elections in the area. In the 2020 general elections, former President John Mahama obtained 16,231 votes, representing 55.58%, while Akufo-Addo obtained 12,788, representing 43.79% in the Damongo constituency. Samuel Abujinapo, who came into the constituency very stronger, won the parliamentary seat with 15,989 votes, representing 54.08%, as against the Member of Parliament then, Adam Mutawakilu, who obtained 13,279, representing 44.92%. The vote difference between Abujinapo and Adam Mutawakilu in the 2020 elections was 2,710, a margin many say was very close. But what will the 2024 parliamentary elections be like in Damongo? Many believe with a new face for the NDC, they could win the seat back, while others believe Abujinapo had done a lot and remains on the minds of the constituents. Until then, both parties hold the strong conviction of becoming winners of the seat in 2024. Jonas Biaurbi reporting.